It's funny. That song gets more insulting the longer time goes on. I love it. Let's talk Michigan. And obviously yesterday was Lions heavy, but I want to know if I'm too confident. Am I overconfident in your football team? Now, again, it's easier for me to be overconfident. I don't like you people. I just look at the game for what it is. I know both teams, and I go, Team B's got no shot of beating Team A here. This is a matchup nightmare for TCU. And I just looked at this as the free square. I think you got a major break that they kept TCU at 3 versus you having to play a team you just played a month ago with revenge on the mind. Now, again, you might beat OSU again. You might do the same thing to them again. I don't know. The point is, TCU is the weakest of the 4. And when I look at the game, I just don't see a way that TCU gets defensive stops. And it goes way deeper than a team that plays the 3-3-5. And please, can we not do the whole Big 12 defense thing? Like, I don't care what conference you're in. I care about the players you have and how you play. And the problem for TCU is I don't know how they're going to line up and take away the run. Now, look, stopping Texas's ground game is a little bit different. And they did it. But they are not a good defense. They're just not. Now, they've got a couple corners I like. They got one very good linebacker. But overall, Michigan, I think the comment that came out of the U of M camp was we're not changing how we play just because we haven't seen a 3-3-5. I think it's spot on. And when you look at Michigan's offensive line and the way you're going to want to do things, I just have I feel like this game follows the game script that much of your season has followed. Where, maybe in the first half, TCU hits you with a couple of big plays. I could see that. Their best player is Quentin Johnson, who's in my mind, he's a top 10 NFL draft pick. He is DeAndre Hopkins, minus steroids. He's just the physical comp, the way they play, the contested catches, the first guy never brings him down. He leads a trio of really good receivers. And Max Duggan he's a gamer. He'll run around, he'll scramble, he'll cut it loose, take some deep shots. But, they may pop you a couple of times. But you don't let people score in the second half. You don't let people score in the fourth quarter, even more specifically. And you're like a constant. You're like a grandfather clock. You just keep ticking. And you wear people down. And I feel like by the end of this, I just, 31-21 Michigan, and it's like a business trip. I want to know if I'm overconfident in your team. Maybe you're talking yourself into a closer game. Maybe you're talking yourself into, we don't face great quarterbacks in the Big Ten. We faced one, and it's Stroud. And I think we can all agree he's way overrated. A guy like Duggan doesn't flinch under pressure. Stroud falls apart. He collapses. A guy like Stroud's not going to move around a whole lot. Duggan does. Okay, you want to build the case? You build the case. But I can't do it. So as we're still days away from this, I just figured today was a good day to check in and see how my Wolverine friends are doing. But I think you're playing for the whole chalupa. It's just a matter of who you're playing. 248-539-9797. I want to hear from you on it. And if you think I'm overconfident, let me hear why. What is your confidence level as you get ready to play TCU? And by the way, I love the 4 o'clock time slot. That gives you your New Year's Eve. That's a beautiful time slot. I got a couple of buddies who are all angry. How come we don't have the night game? I'm like, really? This is what you're upset about? You played a game at 3 in the morning. I wouldn't care to get back in the playoff. Playing New Year's Eve at 8 o'clock sucks because no one's watching your game. Kenny, you're a Georgia fan. It's
agree.
Different. But where are you at with this?
No, I'm with you, and maybe it's because I also am taking the neutral fan view of this, having no rooting interest in this game
You're
whatsoever.
not neutral. You don't like U of M either. Come on.
I don't like U of M, but you like U of M much less than I do. I we kind of housed them last year, so I'm not really all that concerned about U of M as a Georgia fan. But, yeah, I don't think there's any route to victory for TCU, even if – because a lot of people were saying TCU would make it a close first half.
That's fine.
And maybe they do, but halftime adjustments, I just don't see any way this game is even within a score by the end of the game.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I want to know where Michigan fan is at with it. Because It's very rare you get to this point in the season and you don't build a case for the opponent. And I understand it's a 7.5, 8-point spread. It's not that they're 30-point favorites. It's from a matchup standpoint. When I look at U of M and the way they're going to play defensively, yes, the roadmap is there for TCU to complete some big plays through the air. I get it. I like both their running backs, DeMercado and Miller. They're going to be able to move it a little bit. They will. But why am I going to build a case for U of M that all of a sudden they've got 13 games of tape being outstanding in the second half, where it's like a tourniquet. You just can't do a lot against them. I can't build a case that TCU will crack the code. I think Sonny Dykes is an extremely talented offensive coach. Son of a coach. His dad, Spike Dykes, was Texas Tech's coach. Like, football guy. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to take shots. But when you're building your entire game plan on shots, that's not how you beat Michigan. You're not just going to go out, hit a 70-yard TD, and play defense for another 7 minutes. It's not going to work. The shot plays are things that are complementary. They're supplementary. You need to drive the football on U of M. You need to keep them off the field. What's so hilarious here, Evan? What's amazing? What am I missing?
I got a kick out of Sonny Dykes' dad's name.
Spike?
I thought it was a cool name.
Dude,
That's a powerful name.
Yeah, you ought to go read about his dad. Interesting character.
I don't know anything about him, but I'm about to now.
Yeah, some of the players at Tech weren't exactly, they didn't even own books. Kind of got Texas Tech in some trouble. Go look up Byron Hanspard, stud running back at Tech. Pretty sure he didn't go to class for 2 years. I digress. Who cares? Who cares about mid-90s football? But I'm just saying, like, look, explain to me what I'm missing. Or are you guys just nodding your head in your car going, yep, that's about right?
I don't think any Michigan fan has any doubt that this game's going to be – they think it's going to be a blowout. I think it will be too. Like I said, probably a close first half, but I don't think any Michigan fan has any reason to be concerned here.
I mean, I know that's how I feel. I know that's you know what, Kenny? Here's their interest level, I guess. How is it we're filling the lines with Luka Doncic talk, but we can't fill it with Wolverines?
Because we're not disagreeing with Wolverines.
Yeah, but I don't do first take radio. I'm not going to get up here and make up a take. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And it's okay if we agree. And look, Kenny, I know you and I think we agree on one end. I think Georgia got screwed, and I do think this is a dangerous game for you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to be cavalier about it and pick OSU to win to bust your balls. I'm not going to do that. But I think they're upgraded Tennessee.
Yes.
And you have to play good football to beat them. I don't think Michigan's got to play good. I think Georgia should have been playing TCU and Michigan should have been playing OSU. And the reality is Michigan fan probably won't admit it to me, but they didn't want any of OSU in a rematch. You didn't want that. And that's not a shot at you. If I'm a Michigan State fan, I've lived it. We played Wisconsin once and beat them. I never wanted to see them again. And we saw them again. You don't want to play them again. It's really hard to do. Just like TCU saw Kansas State again. And what happened? You don't want it. You don't want to give them a month to figure out what they did. You don't want to give them another month where if they had gotten another shot at U of M, do you understand if Ohio State loses that game, they are a scarlet letter on their program? That Ryan Day and Stroud and Harrison, all those guys, bad enough you lost to Michigan twice in a year, but if you lost to them twice in a month, 3 times total, and in the semis, I got to tell you something. People lose their jobs.
I think they want Ohio State for the Natty. I think they want them in that game. I've talked to plenty of Michigan fans who think if we beat them for a Natty, we have bragging rights for decades over. You're never going to be able to shut us up about that game, about this rivalry. We own this rivalry now.
Okay.
I think that's how a lot of them feel.
Listen, it's up to them to say it.